Did the Minions finally entertain me and their the franchise? Let's talk about the Minions and monsters. Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here. Welcome to my review for Minions and Monsters. Yeah, I spoke Minionese for a second there. Took me a minute to figure out how I was even gonna do that. But I think it ended up sounding okay. Guys, it's a new Minions movie. I'll get right into it here. I'm not gonna really say a lot of spoiler stuff, like about the plot and stuff like that. I'll just delve into one of the two side plots and just some of the little Easter eggs, cameos, references. It's a Minions movie, okay? There's not really a lot to spoil, but there is some, but you know what? I feel like changing it up today. Let's just do no spoilers. So, this movie, I was not looking forward to. I was like, another Minions movie. Great. I guess that's a movie I'm gonna have to review this year. And then the more I got closer to it, and I heard what was happening with it, and you know what, people were thinking of it, I was like actually getting excited. I was like, wait, this actually sounds like something I can really enjoy. I was already kind of on board when I heard they were going to Hollywood, but then when I hear about like the humor's actually funny, there are some good references, and it actually has heart to it, I was excited to check it out. So, guys, is Minions and Monsters something that you should check out this year? Fuck yeah. I can't really argue against it. If you have kids that are fans of the Minions, you're probably going to go see this anyway. But if you aren't, you should. You really should. If you've already taken them to see Toy Story 5, Minions and Monsters is the next best thing. It's really great. So we follow James, Henry, and Ed. They are kind of our main trio of minions out of this big group. They're trying to look for their bosses, going from boss to boss, getting this one and that one killed. All of that was pretty fun. But the beginning, we kind of set up the frame for where we're going to be telling the story at. It's these people going through a movie museum. There is, like, E.T., there's Jaws, they have, fucking Alfred Hitchcock, they have George Lucas in a glass case. That was pretty funny. So there's a lot of references packed into this thing. I was really enjoying all that. All of the nods to old school Hollywood. You have like the noir films. You have the silent films. You have a Charlie Chaplin cameo in here. You have the moving into sound era of movies. I really enjoyed all of that. The movie, it just really is about these minions that, you know, go away from the boss, you know, task that they were given, like, hey, find a boss, find an evil boss to serve, and, like, no, like, we have a passion for storytelling, specifically James. He is writing down, just different story ideas, drawing pictures of the minions going on wild adventures, running from monsters and stuff like that, and, he gets the idea to make a monster movie. Henry is his friend. He's kind of really the only minion that's kind of opening up to him and, you know, wanting to know more about his storytelling. He's interested to see what he's drawing, and the other ones, especially this one minion named Dick, he's kind of very disinterested, and he's like, no, you know, you know, let's go find the boss. A lot of this movie is Minionese. If you're not someone that likes the Minions and, you know, the way that they talk and all that, you're probably not going to go see this movie anyway, because you're just not a fan of them, but the Minions I really do like, in this movie. Specifically, of course, our trio, James, Henry, and Ed. They just have a great camaraderie together. Ed is a silent minion. He's hard of hearing, so you have to kind of, like, do sign language to him to break down what's going on, and they go throughout the movie just trying to make this monster movie. They set free a couple monsters in the end. I mean, it's in the trailers. There's not really anything big spoilery about that. There's a character named Goomy, who's played by Trey Parker, voiced by him. I really enjoyed hearing his voice come out of that devious little guy. And then, the MVP of this movie for me is Dort. And he's voiced by Jesse Eisenberg. Love this guy, everything he does. I always tune into whatever he's doing. He is this guy dressed as a robot at this convention, this sci-fi convention. People are making fun of him, and the minions that after they leave James, Henry, and Ed, Dick, and the other minions, they find him and they declare him their new boss because he's like, I will enslave the earth or whatever. And then, literally, just the most crazy thing, the craziest spiral of events happen with that character. I was really enjoying all of that. I found him to be very funny. the voice cast all across this thing it's just filled with great characters and voice actors. There is like Christoph Waltz is this movie director that actually gives James the proper encouragement that he needs to take on this directing role. There is Zoe Dutch. There is, of course, Jesse Eisenberg, as I mentioned, Trey Parker. And look, the Minions, I'll give them this. After all these years, you know, that voice is iconic. It's ingrained in your memory. So, you know, all congratulations to the voice actor on that. You know, they've been doing this shit for how long? Like, what? Like, almost, like, half a decade and a half? Almost? Something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But damn, dude. They have some dedication to do this. I'll tell you that. As for the heart of the movie, I really did feel for James as he's trying to become this up-and-coming filmmaker. He's doing, this movie with very little budget. He doesn't have a lot to work with. It reminds me of how nowadays we're getting these indie, up-and-coming filmmakers like Curry Barker and Kane Parsons coming into the fold, making big waves in cinema, and that's what James wants to do. And, they're telling the story of James, Henry, and Ed in this museum. That's how the whole, framework of the story is structured, as this woman is telling them the story of them. And I found it to be really charming. I really did. I felt for him in the moments where it doesn't look like he's gonna, succeed in his goal. He wants to get an Oscar. I found all of that is funny. It's just got a lot of little jabs at Hollywood, but also a lot of references and love towards Hollywood. So, listen, call me a shill for loving a lot of movies that are about Hollywood, but I'm a movie guy, so it's just gonna happen, okay? So, Minions and Monsters, I'm giving an 8 out of 10. I found this to be a really fun movie. It's not better than Toy Story 5, I wouldn't go that far, but it's really entertaining, it's really funny, it's got a lot of heart to it, it doesn't just rely on cheap jokes like farts and all that kind of shit. I mean, there is like one moment where a minion is just like poop, and it's supposed to be funny, but look, alright, you gotta have at least one of them in there for the fucking 5-year-olds in the audience that don't give a fuck about the movie and the filmmaking and all that stuff. But for, like, kids that are younger that have comprehension of what's happening with the movie making, like, maybe this will inspire them to make movies. One could hope, right? But yeah, that's gonna be it for this movie review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you thought of Minions and Monsters down in the comments below. I'm very surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. And stay tuned for that review of Enola Holmes 3. Happy 4th of July to you guys. Hope you enjoy it. And take care. Goodbye.